Okay, get comfortable, and this sequence I'm calling my this and that sequence. So on our all fours, let's get into a few rounds of cat and cow, breathing in and out. So our last round of cat, let's extend our right leg back, balancing slowly, and if you can, extend your left arm forward, breathing in and out. Now let's transition to the opposite side. Extend your left leg forward and your right arm back if you can. Don't forget to breathe in and out. Back onto our all fours and doing a few rounds of cat and cow. Now very gently extend your right leg back, right hand side, raise your body up and bend your body towards your right hand side. So I'm going to challenge you a bit here. So let's windmill towards the left hand side, right hand up to the sky. Grab your right foot and bring that right foot towards your glute, curving your body, facing this. You can release the grip and extend your right leg towards your left hand side and gazing over your left shoulder towards your right foot. Okay, release that very mild twist, bringing your right foot back into a tabletop position. Let's do the opposite side. Extend your left foot back and swing it towards your left hand side. Raise your body up and bend your body towards your left hand side. You'll notice I'm grabbing my toes, whichever is more comfortable for you. Gaze over your right shoulder and windmill your arms towards your right hand side. Grab that left foot and just resting in that pose, breathing in and out. Release it back into hands and knees and swing that left foot towards your right hand side, gazing over your right shoulder in a very mild twist. And release your twist back onto your fours, and let's immediately transition to downward facing dog. Let's walk our dog gently, just providing some stretch into your hamstrings, breathing in and out. Hold your downward facing dog, and we're going to take a deep breath in and transition to a high plank. Breathe in and out, and back to downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Transition to a high plank. Don't drop your hips. Hold that plank as straight as possible. Breathe in and transition back to downward facing dog. So a challenge is coming up. Back into your high plank. Let's raise our right leg up in a high plank, one-legged high plank, and bring that raised leg, your right leg, into a lizard pose, or what is also called a dragon pose. Let's hold this deep stretch, breathing in and out. So transition into a twist, and holding that dragon pose, just swivel your back foot onto its sides. And if you want to take it further, as I'm doing, I've raised my right hand up to the sky. You can interlace your fingers behind you into a bind, breathing in and out. Release the hands to the ground. Bring that back foot to the front. Hands in your shins, flat back, gaze forward, and forward fold. Breathe in, back on your hands onto your shins, flat back, gaze forward, forward fold. One last time, hands in your shin, flat back, gaze forward, forward fold. Raise your hands up to the sky, breathe in and relax your hands next to your body. Okay, we've had enough of a break. Raise your hands up to the sky, flat back, forward fold. Extend your right leg back, and we'll do the opposite side into your lizard or dragon pose. Breathing in and out, stretching those hips. And we're going to set ourselves up very shortly for that gentle lizard or dragon twist. So let's swivel our back foot to its sides. Place your left hand firmly next to your left leg and raise your right hand up to the sky. If you want to do a bind, you can bind your right hand, join your left hand behind you. If you have a look at the screen, you'll see the bind. You don't have to choose the bind version. You're welcome to stay in with your hands raised up to the sky. Let's transition into a high plank with your left leg raised, and then immediately straight into downward facing dog. So you'll notice that what we've done is we've done the same sequence but in reverse. Okay, in your downward facing dog, let's place our feet mat distance width apart, and let's do a downward facing dog twist. So left hand towards your right shin. If you want to have a look at the screen, you can have a look at the screen to see the downward facing dog twist. Breathing in and out. And release. Let's do the opposite end. Right leg or right hand towards your left leg in your downward facing dog twist. Right, release the twist and gently walk your feet towards the top of the mat, and then set ourselves up for a dangling pose, grabbing opposite elbows. In your dangling pose, you can swing your body from side to side, providing additional stretches to your hamstring. And then set ourselves up for a gentle twist. So bend your left leg, keep your right leg straight, drop your left hand to the ground and twist and gaze up to the sky. If you want to do a bind version, you're welcome to do that. Have a look at the screen to see my bound twisted pose, standing twisted pose. Let's drop our hands to the ground, hands on our shins, flat back, gaze forward, and let's to the opposite side. Drop your right hand, ground, left hand to the sky, gazing up. You're welcome to choose a bound version. So have a look at the screen. I'm gently placing my raised hand to the back of my body and placing the opposite hand in between my legs and binding it at the back of my body. Right, let's release the bind, hands to the floor, onto your shins, and flat back gaze forward, forward fold. Raise your body, or hands up to the sky, and relax. So maintaining the theme of twists, so let's do a standing one-legged twist. Raise your left leg up. Grab your left leg with your right hand at your knee and swing your left hand straight up towards the back. And as you'll notice, I'm slowly shifting my gaze towards the back of the mat, and I'm shaking, shaking, shaking as I'm holding the pose. Release, relax, set yourself up for the opposite side. Breathe in and out. All right, let's set ourselves up for the opposite side. Just checking my time. Raise your right leg up to the sky. Left hand grabbing your right knee. Right hand towards the back. Twisting your body. And you're welcome to remain there or shift your gaze towards the back of the mat. Once again, you'll notice I'm shaking. This is not an easy pose, but I encourage you to at least try it out. Release the pose, raise your hands next to your body, breathe in and out. Swing our right elbow to rest onto our left or the side of our left knee in a prayer pose, and twist your body towards your left hand side. Breathe in and out. Shift your gaze towards the mat. Drop your hands to the ground, and from here transition immediately to a downward facing dog. Remember, with downward facing dog, you need not have your legs straight. From downward facing dog, extend your right leg in between your hands. We're doing the same as what we did on the opposite side. Raise your hands up to the sky into a crescent lunge, and we'll set ourselves up for the twist. So our left elbow resting onto our right knee. In our free hands, you only seeing the back view of this twist, but you've done it before, so this is just the opposite side. Shift your gaze towards the mat, bring your back leg towards the front, hands on your shins, flat back gaze forward, and not forward fold, but straight into a balancing squat. And then shift our body down to the ground immediately into a butterfly pose. Soles of your feet together, flap your butterfly wings or your knees. Take a deep breath in, straighten your back, maintain this pose while breathing in gently in and out. And what I like to do is, before I transition, I like to bring my knees towards each other, soles of the feet to the ground, grabbing my shins, gazing up. And let's set ourselves up for the next sequence, which is half lotus. So in this version, your right foot onto your knee and your left foot underneath. And we're doing a twisted version, lotus. So twisting towards the right hand side and your left hand onto your right knee. Let's release the twist. Raise your hands up to the sky. And we're doing a half lotus forward fold. Extend your hands to the front of the mat. Relax in this pose, breathing in and out. Okay, slowly release the forward fold. Raise your hands up to the sky. And let's do the opposite side. So release your half lotus. And let's place our left foot onto our right leg and just shifting your right foot underneath, and we'll do the opposite side twist. So right hand onto our left knee and we're twisting towards the left hand side. Breathing in and out. And now I'm saying breathing in and out, but we sometimes hold our breath in these poses. It should be a gentle, relaxing, breathing flow, even if you are holding a pose. Okay, release the twist. Your hands up to the sky and forward fold in your half lotus. Forward fold, breathing in and out. Slowly raise your body up and raising your hands up to the sky, and relax your hands onto your legs. So from your half lotus, extend both your legs forward. Just release some tension. I'm grabbing my toes just to stretch my lower back a bit. So transition onto hands and knees. We're going to do a thread the needle. So raise your hands up to the sky. Just thread it through again. Breathe in, raise up. I'm going very fast. Breathe in, raise up. And final one, raise your hands up and relax into your thread the needle pose. Breathing in and out. If you want to challenge yourself, you can raise your left leg straight up in your thread the needle pose. This is entirely optional. Well, every transition is or add-on or variation is entirely optional. Okay, let's release our thread the needle. Raise your right hand to the sky and raise it to the ground. Let's do the opposite side. Raise your left hand to the sky, thread it through, gently raise it up again, and thread through, raise it again, thread it through. One last time, raise it and relaxing your thread the needle pose. And as I've indicated earlier, your raised leg version of thread the needle is entirely optional. If you want to challenge yourself, you're welcome to raise your right leg up. Okay, let's release the pose, unthread your arm and back into a tabletop position. So from here, let's set ourselves up for a wide-legged child's pose. So as you'll notice, I'm resting my feet onto my toes and I'm getting into a twisted version of child's pose. So I'm twisting towards my left hand side with my right hand onto my left hand, breathing in and out while I'm twisting the side or the right hand side of my body. And from here we can slowly transition towards our right hand side and twisting our left hand side of our body, resting our left hand onto our right hand. And let's slowly release our child's pose. Let's bring those knees together onto our toes and moving gently forward, positioning ourselves into a seated position. I'm just grabbing my toes just to give my lower back a bit of a stretch and just setting myself up to lie on my back. So this brings us to very closely towards the end of the sequence. The final sequence will be a twisted back sequence or a twisted sequence while lying on our back. So I'm bringing my right leg towards my body and I'm just taking it gently and then twisting it to my left hand side And this is entirely optional. You can grab your right foot. This is a version of cat grabbing its tail, as it's called. So shifting your gaze towards the right hand side and breathing in and out. And then slowly release our twist, bringing that right leg towards the body, and I'm just rotating it again, releasing some tension, and just dropping that right leg to the ground, is to the opposite side. Okay, bring your left leg towards your body, rotate it, setting yourself up for a lying twisted pose. So we're taking that left leg and we are going to twist it towards our right hand side. And as I've done on the opposite end, grabbing my left foot and just extending that twist a bit more deeper. Shifting my gaze towards the left hand side, breathing in and out. Slowly release the twist, bring that right leg towards your chest, rotating it. And it's at this moment that I wish to thank you for taking the time to follow the sequence. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I have. I'm just doing some final closing out stretches, bringing my knees towards my body, and then just rocking back and forward, just giving my lower body a bit of a massage. And as I've indicated earlier, once again, thank you so much for taking the time. I'll be closing out the sequence in a seated position. You're welcome to close out in a Shavasana. It's entirely up to you. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the mat again.